Hello everyone, this is the teacher Danny. Today I'm starting again with some videos in English. I hope every lesson I upload can be very helpful and easy for you to follow. In this class, I'm going to teach you some readings that are very basic, but very important, and some phrases that we can use in the classroom, okay? So let's get started with, in this case, with the first slide that is about general greetings and time of day greetings. So don't worry about the translation because besides, you can see them, okay? General greetings, time of day greetings. Repeat after me, one by one. Hello, hi, hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So I'm gonna try to explain to you one by one, okay? So, hello, it's universal greeting. It works in any situations for sure. And hi, it's very casual. When you greet friends, co-workers, and students. In my case, as a teacher, I can use hi. Hi, guys. And hey, it's very informal, but also very friendly. For example, hey, what's up? Hey, man. Hey, what are you doing? Okay, here. Time of day greetings. We have good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Of course, good morning when the morning is starting. So you can start greeting people, saying good morning. And when the clock strikes 12 p.m., no more good morning because you instead of good morning, you need to say good afternoon because it's 12 o'clock p.m. Good afternoon. You stop saying it when the clock strikes 5. Well, you can say good afternoon 4:59, but when it's 5 o'clock p.m., you can say good evening. Okay, good evening. So, and also you can continue using good evening for the rest of the night, even though when you go to a place, when you visit some friends, people, when you go to a party, it's an example, and you can say, good evening, everybody. Ah, that's nice. And be careful. Don't say good night because, you send them to sleep. Okay. And let's jump on to the next. And right over here we have conversational greetings and special greetings. As you can see, very basic, absolutely. But with this, you can start and you can open a conversation, you know. So, repeat after me. What's up? How are you? How's it going? Nice to meet you. Long time no see. And welcome. Welcome. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain to you one by one. This one well, calls me the attention. Yes, absolutely, because WhatsApp, WhatsApp, but it's not the WhatsApp. I mean, the app that we use to send messages when we text, when we send pictures, you know. That one is an application. That one is an application. And this one is my greeting. Okay, WhatsApp. WhatsApp. I was joking. WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp is very informal but friendly. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up? And, I was going to say something, but let's stop. Okay, it was something negative. Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, what's up? What are you doing? And how are you? How are you is very standard, formal or informal. And how's it going? How's it going? It's very natural, you know. Native speakers, they use them all the time. They use it all the time, you know. Native speakers, yes. And here we have nice to meet you. Yes, absolutely nice to meet you. It is used when meeting someone for the first time. And long time no see when, you can use it when you haven't seen someone in a long time not to see that person, you know, for, for years, months, weeks, days, you know. Okay, and welcome. Well, I think that everybody knows what is welcome and is very useful. Yeah. Um, it is used when someone arrives at a place or a party or event or something where you can see a lot of people, a crowded place, and you, well, you are the person that you are receiving them. You can say welcome. Yeah, it's an example. Absolutely. Wow, very useful, right? Okay, let's practice. Repeat after me. Hello. Hi. Hey. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. What's up? How are you? How's it going? Nice to meet you. Long time no see. And welcome. Awesome, guys. Okay, let's jump on to the next. Right over here, we have essential classroom phrases. In this case, we are going to start with some questions. The first one that we have here is, well, in a slow way, how do you say in English? We can say in a, well, fast way, a little faster, a little faster. How do you say? 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 How do you say in English? No, no, no. I was joking. How do you say in English? Well, in this case, you can ask the teacher. Yes, in the classroom, teacher, how do you say casa in English? This is a Spanish word, and the teacher is going to help you with the word in English. Okay, and this is the translation below. Okay, next, what in a slow way? Yes, what is the meaning of? What is the meaning of? Well, for example, a student is reading a paragraph and maybe the student sees a word in that the student doesn't know what is the meaning, and the student can ask the teacher, teacher, what is the meaning of this word? Interesting, right? Okay, this is the translation in Spanish. Next, in a slow way, well, both. How do you pronounce? How do you pronounce? How do you pronounce? How do you pronounce? And this is the translation, yes, in Spanish. How do you pronounce is because the student or the students in plural in general, they need to know the pronunciation of the word, okay? Teacher, how do you pronounce that word? Oh, that's amazing. Or how do you pronounce this word? Yeah. Okay. And we continue. How do you spell? 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 For example, the teacher asks the teacher asks this question to one student. For example, hey, how do you spell your first name? How do you spell your um, mm, last name? Yeah, it's very useful this. Next, here, may I go to the restroom? May I go to the bathroom? In this part, well, especially these two questions, is very confusing for many people, for students, for example, when the student asks, teacher, may I go to the bathroom? Well, the teacher answers, yes, you may. Okay, the student, bye bye, everybody. But what is that? Bye bye. Because maybe the student is going home. Let me give you the explanation. It's because the restroom is in a, you can find restrooms or a restroom in public places, and the bathroom is in the house. Now you understand, right? Yes, it's very funny. Well, I don't know if you understood or I explained terrible. Okay, so restroom is in public places. For example, at the airport, some maybe locals like malls, at the mall. Where are the restrooms in plural? And bathroom, you can use bathroom in the school, in high school. Correct. May I go to the bathroom? Yes, you can. There is an exception with this word bathroom because we can use, we use in school, in high school. We know that, well, now we know that the word bathroom is the bathroom of the house, but also it is acceptable to use it in the school and in the high school. Okay, restroom, public place, and bathroom from the house. Okay, next, could you repeat that, please? Could you repeat that, please? Could you repeat that, please? Well, teacher, I didn't understand, the student says, or I don't understand, the student says. And the student, please, could you repeat that, teacher? Could you repeat that, please, teacher? Oh, okay. Or vice versa. When the teacher asks the student, please, could you repeat that, please? And we have the translation here in Spanish, okay? And next, slow down, please. Slow down. Well, slow down. Well, it's very useful, this phrase. For example, well, there are some students playing outside of the classroom or even in the classroom, and they are running so fast, and the student try to stop them or make them to play, or I don't know what they are doing, but they are running, stop that situation or make them to reduce. The teacher says, hey guys, slow down, please. Slow down. Another example is when the teacher is speaking so fast in the classroom, and sometimes it's very difficult to understand because the teacher is speaking in a very fast way, a language that maybe the students are trying to learn, and the students, they can use this phrase and they can say, hey teacher, slow down, please. Okay. Speak slow. Okay, very good. And next question here is, well, a question that we have. Could you write that, please? Could you write that, please? The meaning, well, the translation is right over here. Teacher, could you repeat that, please? Or teacher, could you write that, please? Could you write that, please? And this one that is very common, and very useful when the students, they have a curiosity, when they want to know more, when they don't understand, when they need to know something. Teacher, I have a question. And could you explain that, please? Could you explain that, please? The students, they don't understand very well the grammar, and the student, they can ask and they can use this question. Could you explain that, please, teacher? Or even though, could you explain that again? We can change this one and we can say again. Oh my God, oh my gosh, it's very difficult for the teacher. Okay. And so, I think so. What is the meaning of I think so? Well, I think so, it's when you agree or believe that something is true, yeah, 100%, you say yes. And I don't think so is the opposite of I think so. I don't think so. Well, when you say that you disagree or you don't believe, correct? I think so. I don't think so. I think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. Well, so when the teacher asks to the guy, when the teacher asks everybody, are you ready? And you respond, Yes, I'm ready. It means that you finished something and you have all of the answers, all the exercise was completed, all the exercises, and you are ready to participate. And excuse me. Well, not only in the classroom, right? You can use some of these phrases in your daily life for any situations. So, excuse me. For example, the teacher is talking with one student and one student interrupts. Excuse me, is because the student wants to say something important. Or some students are talking very loud, and the teacher says, "Excuse me, guys," like in a way, silence, please. Just kidding, okay. And I'm sorry is more like to apologize, I'm sorry when you um when you want to apologize for something you did or for a mistake. Absolutely, you say sorry. Well, in the classroom, maybe the students they completed something wrong, they made a mistake and they say sorry, teacher, sorry, yeah, was my mistake. Mhm. And using you're welcome, for example, in the classroom when you helped one student and the student is very grateful and the student says, um, thank you, teacher, and you respond in a polite way, you're welcome. Okay, guys, let's repeat all the expressions again. Okay, 1 second, and right over here. How do you say in English? How do you say in English? What is the meaning of? What is the meaning of? How do you pronounce? How do you pronounce? How do you pronounce? How do you pronounce? How do you spell? How do you spell? How do you spell? How do you spell? May I go to the restroom? May I go to the restroom? May I go to the bathroom? May I go to the bathroom? Could you repeat that, please? Could you repeat that, please? Slow down, please. Slow down, please. Could you write that, please? Could you write that, please? I have a question. I have a question. Could you explain that, please? Could you explain that, please? I think so. I think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm ready. I am ready. I am ready. I'm ready. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I am sorry. I am sorry. I'm sorry. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, guys, don't forget to put into practice this in your daily life. Well, the greetings and also the phrases and questions that are very important in the classroom. So, and also in your for any situations, but in this case was for the classroom. So, thank you so much, and well, see you next time. Bye bye.